Hey guys, I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. I'm here today to give you some tips for your technique. And today we're going to start very basic and we're just going to go down our proper body alignment whenever it comes to dance class, as well as different exercises we can do to help strengthen those muscles to help execute those positions properly. So in dance, you want to think about having a straight line from the top of your head all the way down to your toes, and that's called a plumb line. So you want to be thinking about your head, your shoulders, your ribs, your hips, your knees, and your toes. One common mistake in dance is when we're thinking about our neck, we're thinking of it being nice and long. A lot of us like to put lots of tension in our neck, and you just want to keep it very relaxed. And then some of us like to keep our head forward. You want to make sure it's sitting right on top of your spine, nice and relaxed, and nice and long. The second thing we want to think about is our shoulders. A lot of us, it's very common to contract our shoulders in and walk like this on a regular basis. So in dance, you want to think about the opposite. You want to have those shoulders rolled back, sending your scapula straight down that spine to create a straighter line through that plumb line of the body that we're working through. Now, an exercise you can do to help build that, we're just going to rotate our shoulders backwards for 3. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and on the third one, we're going to hold it for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Then we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Then you're going to go ahead and do it again. Now, if you're not used to naturally having your shoulders back, this takes a lot of muscle. So if you keep doing these shoulder exercises, then that's going to engrave some muscle memory into you to where whenever it comes to dance, you're naturally going to want to pull these shoulders back. And in everyday life too, it's good to stand with your shoulders back instead of concave forward. So we've talked about our neck and our shoulders, and now we're going to talk about our ribs. So it's important that we keep our ribs closed. And by that I mean a lot of us like to extend it open, just like that. So if you put your hands on your ribs and try and actually feel your ribs, and you can feel a space to where your ribs kind of meet. So from there, I want you to feel your ribs open and then feel it closed. Feel your ribs open and create as much space as you can in between that rib cage, and then close it, creating a smaller space. And then do that a couple times just to get a feel, and know that in dance you want to keep the space small. So we've done our neck, we've done our shoulders, we've done our ribs, and now we are down to our stomach and our abdominal muscles. So I want you to think about your body as a tree and your abdominals as being a trunk. We want our trunk to be nice and strong and engaged. So a couple ways that you can do that is by work on some abdominal exercises that will help you engage your core throughout the dance class. Once you have a strong core, then later down the road, you'll be able to hold your balances longer, you'll be able to jump higher, and overall just be able to maintain this proper position a whole lot better because you have a strong core. And now I'm going to walk you through a couple of abdominal exercises that you should be doing 2 to 3 times a day, every day. And it's good to mix it up. So if you have your own ab exercises that you like to do, use those as well. It doesn't have to be strictly this. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to work on our planks. It doesn't matter if you're all the way up in your planks or if you're down in your planks. Just find whichever one works better for you. I'm going to be up in my plank, and I'm going to think about engaging my abs in and then having a straight line from my head all the way down through my toes. So your butt doesn't want to be up. You don't want to be sending your pelvis to the ground. You want to keep it in a straight line. And you're going to hold this for 1 minute. For our next ab exercise, you're going to start with your feet in a parallel position. You're going to put your hands on your knees, and you're going to rotate back to where your arms are straight. From here, you're going to let go, and you're just going to pulse for 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. For our third ab exercise, you're going to be in the similar position. You're going to stretch back, and this time I want you to think about scooping out your stomach muscles. So you're going to lean back and scoop and come up. Scoop, come up. Scoop, come up. And you're going to try and get as far back as you possibly can, because the farther back you go without completely collapsing to the floor is the more abdominal work that you're using. You're going to do this 30 times and then take a break. For our next ab exercise, we're going to be doing complete roll-ups. So you're going to go all the way down, keeping your feet in that position. Arms are going to extend to the back. And you're going to roll up through your spine, extend, and then reach back. Really trying to find that full contraction in your spine each time, and slowly articulating each spinal vertebrae on the ground as you roll back and roll up. And you're going to do this 20 times. After you complete all 4 of those, your 1-minute planks, your ab pulses, your ab scoops, and then your full roll-ups, you're going to do that again, and you're going to do those 3 times before you start your dance class to engage those ab muscles. So we've talked about our neck, we've talked about our shoulders, we talked about our ribs, we've talked about our abs, and now we're going to talk about our hips and our pelvis. I want you to think of your pelvis as a giant bowl. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to have anything in our bowl come out. And a common mistake that a lot of people do when they come to dance is they like to shift their pelvis backwards, which creates a swayed back in your lower lumbar, which we don't want. And then some people also like to over tuck it to where it's too far forward. And our job is to find it neutral, directly in the middle where our body physically needs it to create the most out of dance that we possibly have. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our hands on our hip bones. We're going to send our thumbs behind us, and we're going to practice it a few times. We're going to practice sending our pelvis back. We're going to practice sending it forward, and then we're going to practice finding that neutral alignment. Shift it back, shift it forward, find your neutral alignment. So we've talked about having a nice long neck. We've talked about rotating our shoulders backwards and sending our scapula straight down our spine. We've talked about enclosing our ribs. We've talked about having a nice strong core. And we've talked about having a neutral pelvis. So when all these things are in place, it should create a nice long line from your head all the way down to your toes, which will create your plumb line, what we call it in dance. Friends, having proper body alignment in dance takes muscle memory. So practice this every single day so that way it just becomes second nature to you whenever you enter your dance class.